Millions of people hike through the Great Smoky Mountains every year. They admire the waterfalls, photograph the wildlife, and take in some of the most beautiful scenery in America. But long before these mountains became a national park, the Cherokee people told a chilling story about something that lived deep within these forests. A creature so feared, they called her Spearfinger. Before roads, cabins, and hiking trails, these mountains were home to the Cherokee Nation. For generations, their history wasn't written in books. It was passed from one storyteller to the next. Some stories celebrated heroes, others explained the world around them, and some were warnings. Warnings about wandering too far into the woods, trusting the wrong stranger, or forgetting that danger doesn't always look dangerous. One of these warnings became known as the legend of Spearfinger. The Cherokee described her as a terrifying woman whose skin was as hard as stone. Nothing could pierce it. Not arrows, not knives, not even the strongest warrior's spear. But the most frightening thing about her wasn't her strength. It was how ordinary she could appear. According to the legend, Spearfinger could disguise herself as a frail old woman. She spoke softly, she smiled, she appeared lost, or hungry, or in need of help. And when someone invited her inside, it was already too late. The legend says Spearfinger carried a single long finger made entirely of sharp stone. She used it like a spear, and with one quick strike, she pierced her victims before they even realized they were in danger. According to Cherokee tradition, she stole their liver, believing it held the person's life force. It sounds horrifying today, but stories like these often carry deeper meanings. They reminded children not to wander alone, not to trust every stranger, and to listen when their elders warned them about the dangers hidden in the wilderness. As the story spread, entire villages lived in fear. Hunters disappeared, travelers never returned. Families whispered that Spearfinger was always watching, waiting for someone to let down their guard. The Cherokee tried everything to stop her. Warriors attacked, spears shattered, arrows bounced harmlessly away. Her stone-like skin made her nearly impossible to defeat. It seemed as though nothing on earth could kill her. Then, according to the legend, help came from an unexpected place. As the warriors battled Spearfinger, tiny chickadees circled overhead. The birds began calling out over and over, trying to reveal her secret: her heart. It wasn't inside her chest. It was hidden inside the very finger that made her so deadly. When the warriors finally understood, they struck the stone finger with all of their strength. It shattered, and with it, so did Spearfinger. For the first time, the monster who had haunted these mountains was defeated. Today, millions of visitors travel to the Great Smoky Mountains every year without ever hearing her name. But for the Cherokee people, Spearfinger remains one of their most enduring legends, a story passed from one generation to the next for centuries. Whether you see it as folklore, a cultural lesson, or something more mysterious, it reminds us that every mountain has stories older than the trails that we walk. So the next time you find yourself standing beneath the ancient trees of the Smokies, remember, some of the oldest stories are still whispered by the mountains themselves. Until next time, Lore Keepers, stay curious, because every mountain, every hollow, and every town has a story, and some are still being whispered.